Hello guys, it's nice to see you here with this tutorial. Like usual, I delete a pile of default stuff here and add a single plane there. Yes, a plane. And rotate it in edit mode. Whoops, a 90-degree facing to the front. Then I delete only faces there, so it's remain only vertex and edge. I scale the vertex and adjust them until it's shaping like an ear. Make sure the right vertex is straightened on the z-axis, then bevel the vertex with Ctrl plus B and plus V. Not a lot segment there, just to make the vertex is curved. After it's all swag, convert the mesh to curve. On the curve panel option on the right, unfold the geometry and increase the depth little by little. Oh god, that's scary. Yeah, it's okay now, I think. Right click the curve and convert back to the curve to its native, I mean mesh. On the straighten cylinder, add a loop cut with Ctrl plus R and scroll up your middle mouse button into a 2 segment. Press P to separate by selection and Shift plus S origin to geometry. Select the main ear shape and add a subdivision modifier on it, 2 level on viewport and 3 level on render, and then right click the shape, shade smooth. Here I want to make the shape kinda have sharp edge and have an organic looks. In subdivision modeling workflow, there is some theory that if you come with 3 edges, it will be turned into a sharp edge. To move the vertex inside the edge flow, press G twice and align the vertex until it's near to each other and creating 3 segment edge. Just be careful to not touching the circle on the tip, but you just simply follow me along here. And I forget to mention to turn off the subdivision in edit mode. Just click that square vertex symbol on the modifier to turn it off. This will help you to move the vertex. You see that the shadow and the shape is quite different now. I straighten the loop edge with S and one of the XYZ axis and press 0. I move the loop edge slightly on Y axis to decrease the sharpness of it. I also do move the vertex on the insides and the outside too. And of course, we only do this on half of the mesh because we'll symmetrize it later. After you cool with the shape, Alt plus click the tip circle edge and loop tool circle to make sure it's perfectly circle because it's quite hard to deal with cylinder these days. Now fill the tip with the face, press F and join the vertex on the middle to create a square shape on both sides. Select the square vertex and extrude face along normal, Alt and E. Drag it slightly until the shape is form a cube. Select the edge on the right of the cubic tip and bevel them with 4 segments. Press G to clamp overlap the bevels. Connect the vertex on the beveled shape with pressing M, merge at center. Now select the sharp edge of them and bevel with 3 segments as always. Unhide the plane 001 and give it a subdivision and set smooth. Scale the shape on the z-axis to create an offset between the main shape. In edit mode, add a 2 loop cut and place them near the connection. Select the middle 2 face on the top and bottom and delete the face. Fill the hollow shape with selecting the loop edge and press F. Then on the sharp edge, bevel them except for the inner edge. Unhide the main shape and rotate the plane 001 90 degree. Here we want to make a fake bolt connection between the 2 shapes. So just add a cylinder with only 8 vertices. Scale it down until it's tiny, rotate and place it to the connection. Select 2 of the face from it and give it a rounded bevel. Then subdiv and set smooth. Move to the lock mesh. I want to add a small panel here. So this panel is kinda clamped to prevent the holder goes down. Duplicate and separate the panel and extrude along normal. Scale the extruded face on z-axis. I will not adding a bevel here because the shape is rounded. Shift plus H to hide everything except the selected mesh. Then select the inner loop face and delete them. Unhide everything and drag down slightly the panel. On the log mesh, I delete the unused loop cut there and bevel the one edge on the middle. We will create the same panel here. This panel will be the holder. The method is the same: duplicate, separate, and extrude along normal, and bevel, and subscribe to this channel. Here I adjust the vertex of the carabiner once again. Just wiggle it a little. Then on the holder panel, I create more panel to make a layers of panel, because it will look more better like a cake. And lastly, for icing on top, I will make a knurled panel here. I don't create a seam on this panel, so watch out. Legitimately, you had done the modeling now. Congrats! Before we're creating the knurling, let's take a look for a moment for the render settings and give a material on the mesh first. Here I change the render engine to cycles, the device to GPU compute, and turn on the GPU for denoising. On the color management, I change the view transform to standard and change the look to medium contrast. I change color to environment in the world settings and give it an HDRI to it. On the ear shape, I give a metallic material looks. Just increase the metallic to 1 and decrease the roughness to your desire. I select all of the mesh with pressing A and click the ear shape to the last selected. Hit Ctrl plus L and link material. On the holder, I copy the metal material and change the color of it. Then on the holder panel too, to create a variety of metallic vibration. To make a knurled shape here, select the top last panel and move to shading window. Copy the metal material once again, just click on the folded paper symbol there. Shift plus A to add a new node and search for brick texture. Hold Ctrl and Shift and click the brick texture node to immediately connect to material output. Move to the UV because we will unwrap this knurled shape. Select the middle beveled edge loop, then press U, mark seam. Then do this on the back of the shape too. Just thread it like an origami, or just follow me here. After you create a seam on it, select all of the edges, then press U again and unwrap. Back to the shading window, select the brick texture and Ctrl plus T to show the coordinate. From the coordinate, instead of generated, change it to UV. On the subdivision modifier, change the UV smooth to keep corners, junctions, concave, and keep notified too if the channel had an update. Hit that rings bell buttons. On the brick textures, change the offset to 1, drag the color 1 to color 2, change the row height to 0.5, change the scale to around 50 or depend on your need, then connect the BSDF to the node. Change the mortar size to 0.3 and the mortar smooth to 1. Connect the normal to normal and connect the color to H. Adjust the black and white color on the color ramp to adjust its exposure. Lastly, on the mapping node, change the Z rotation to 45 degree. This procedural texture is credited from Ryan King Art Blender tutorial. Go check him out, he got a lot of fun Blender tutorial too. After you had done the knurled texture, move to layout window and set the metallic back to 1. Now we're preparing for the render. Here I just creating a simple render setup, parenting all the mesh to an empty box, adding camera and area light, adding a plane for the background, adding a text logo there with a simple alpha texture, and etc. I think that's all for today. Thank you for watching. Please consider to subscribe to this channel. That's mean a lot for me, and see ya.